Hello everyone. Today, me and my friends going to explain about related legal aspects in profit activities of GISC activities. This slide were prepared by me, Harbin Raj, Hong Sinju, Bi Min, Fatima, and also Nurin Akila. Table of content contain the introduction, issue, concern, and example. I would like to introduce about what is profit activities of GISC activities. GIS products and service for profit generation include commercialized geospatial offerings such as spatial or non-spatial data, maps, projects, and analytical service. Term of agreement is a legal document that outlines the conditions of using or selling data, ensuring clarity between parties. Product licensing grants authorized use of GIS products under specific terms, protecting intellectual property and preventing misuse as seen in S3 Gisc agreement. Royalty refers to ongoing payments that made for the use of licensed assets, such as geospatial data or creative works, exemplified by Spotify's per-stream artist payout. Finally, a contract is a binding agreement between parties, formalizing obligations of projects, sales, or collaborations, including NDAs or service agreements. The legal framework ensures structures and profitable commercialization in the geospatial industry.
There are some issues in non-profit that needs to be aware. The first one is data privacy under PDPA 2010. Non-profit must ensure they have consent before collecting personnel or location data and must protect that data from misuse. Second, using government geospatial data. Agencies like Japan will control some maps and data. Non-profit must make sure they have permission before using or sharing this kind of information, especially for public or cross-border project. Third, liability for inaccurate data. If a non-profit uses GIS for disaster response or public health and the data is wrong, it could lead to harm or legal consequences for the organization. In short, non-profit must use GIS responsibly and ensure they follow legal requirements to avoid risk.
Next, we proceed to concern in non-profit. First of all is data ownership and consent. Non-profit must get proper consent when using spatial data involving people or communities and ensure they know who owns the data. Next is complaint with data protection law. Non-profit must follow law like GDPR, General Data Protection Regulation, or HIPAA, Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Acts to protect personal data and ensure it's handled securely. Last but not least is ethical use of open data. Non-profit need to understand and follow licensing rules for open source data, example Creative Commons or OpenStreetMap to avoid legal issues.
Next, I'm going to present on the part of example. I have provided 3 examples in this slide, which are the selling satellite imagery with a term of agreement, and the second one is licensing GIS software, which are the Gisc by S3, and the third example is royalty-based data integration in navigation apps. For the selling satellite imagery with a term of agreement, the company sells a high-resolution satellite imagery to governments and private clients. Before the data is transferred, a term of agreement is signed. This document outlines how the imagery can be used, like the environmental monitoring, but not for the military planning, and it could also ensuring the legal boundaries are clear, and this will help to protect the provider from misuse and ensure the buyers knows their rights and limitations to create the secure commercial environment to the clients as well. Secondly, is for the example on licensing GIS software, and the S3 license is ArcGIS software to users through the subscription-based licensing model. This means the client pays for access and agree to S3 terms, which restrict them to copying or redistributing the software. So the licensing protects S3 intellectual property, which we call IP as well, while ensuring the users get regular updates and support. This model has allowed S3 to profit sustainably while maintaining the control over its product. Lastly, for the royalty-based data integration in navigation apps, the company that provides the real-time traffic data to navigation like the Waze or maybe the Apple Maps, instead of a one-time sell, the company charges for a certain amount per data stream access. These royalty payments generate continuous revenue and scale with usage. The more users access data, the more profit the GIS provider makes. This model is ideal for high demand, high frequency, and geospatial services.
In the commercialization of GIS activities, legal frameworks such as terms of agreements, licensings, royalty structures, and contracts are essential for protecting intellectual property, defining usage rights, and ensuring ethical profit generation. These instruments help regulate the sales and use of GIS products and services, as seen in well-established systems like S3's Gisc licensing model. Additionally, both for-profit and non-profit entities must comply with data protection laws, obtain proper consent, and respect data ownerships. Use of government geospatial data requires official approval, and inaccuracies in GIS data can lead to serious legal or reputational issues. Even when using open source data, organizations must follow licensing rules that contains legal and ethical integrity in their operations.